and welcome to the Babe Cave. Every Friday we do a video on momming or some ways that we can help you as a mom feel more awesome. And so today we are going to talk about Christmas and how we can make you have less stress at Christmas, because we all know during this time of year it gets busy, right, and hectic. So today we're going to talk about how we can have less Christmas stress. And really a lot of it has to go into lists, and more lists. It's all about lists when it comes to Christmas. I mean, hello, Santa has a list and he checks it twice. So moms need to too, maybe twice or 3 times, because sometimes I am very forgetful, and I'm thankful for being able to have a picture of that list on my phone so that I can carry it around with me everywhere. So there you go. Tip number 1, if you have a list, take a picture of it with it on your phone, just in case you wrote it down. Take a picture of it and put it on your phone, so that way you have it with you everywhere you go. So first things first, sit down and have a brainstorm time with the family. Maybe it's like maybe it's on Thanksgiving Day, just some sort of time that you can sit down where you're all there and you can decide what needs to happen during this Christmas season. First of all, your bucket list. What kinds of things do you guys like to do for Christmas? What are your must-dos every year? Those are easy, right? But still, write them down. We have to write it all down. Write it down. What things do you want to try that are different this year? Like, we want to go see the boat parade. Where is that at? I can't remember. Is it Dana Point? I can't remember. We want to go see that this year. So we're going to try to do that this year. We got to find out what it is. Write the time, write the date down, everything, all the details down for your bucket list, so that way you know when and where you're going. Some of the things that we'd like to do is we'd like to go, of course, downtown Riverside at the Mission to go see the lights there. We like to also go see the lights on Thoroughbred. If you need more information on that, let me know down in the comments. The Thoroughbred lights in Rancho Cucamonga are amazing. They're awesome. One other thing that we'd like to do, this is a really fun tradition, it's a snowball fight. And well, if you don't know already, we live where it's nice and warm. And so there is a lot of snow. We really even haven't had any rain in like a very long time. But we make snowballs out of socks, and the kids have a blast pelting each other with socks. It's one of the must traditions and on our bucket list that we have to do. So what are some of your traditions that you guys do every year? I'd love to know. Maybe we can add it to our list for this year, maybe next year. Let me know down in the comments. So now that you've got your bucket list, print out a calendar, okay? Print out a calendar for December, and put all these things on your bucket list on the calendar, because if you don't, something is going to fall away and get forgotten. One of the things that we tend to have that happen to is going down to LA to go see the temple lights down there, because it is an almost all day event and it usually gobbles up a whole Saturday. So make sure you're putting the things where you need them. Make sure you're figuring out when your work party is, put that on the calendar. Make sure you get a babysitter for that, don't forget. Get it all out on the calendar, so that way you're not forgetting anything. You know, your baking days, your cooking days, just everything that is going to make sense to your schedule. Get it all and put it on there, okay? That's list number 2. So we got our bucket list, we got our calendars, kind of like a list. And also, of course, present list, right? We've got to get those presents. Be very specific. Put all the people that you need to buy Christmas presents for and what. That way, when you get to the store, you're not wandering about thinking, what should I be getting this person? Be very, very specific on what you're going to get that person. Do your research beforehand, online, whatever it may be. Heck, buy your presents online. That we don't have to go out and shop and be in all those traffic and the mess of all the people out there. Get it done online, makes it easier. Leads you to one of my next lists is your purchasing list. I have some of these lists. If you guys would like them, let me know, and I could send you a copy of the ones that I have. I can email them to you. Just let me know in the comments if you'd like any of these lists, because I'm pretty sure I have every single one of them and I can get them out to you. A shopping list. If you're doing a lot of online shopping, which most people really kind of do nowadays, it's hard to kind of keep track if you're buying from multiple places. If you're buying from Amazon, if you're buying from Walmart, if you're buying from wherever, all these different places, it's hard to remember what's coming, where you got it from, you know, all these different things. So you could possibly, I do have this, I think I do have this, this list too. Or you could just go into Excel and make yourself a list. Put the website that you bought it from, the date that you bought it from, what date you ordered it, the day that it's expected to ship, and whether or not you received it. Because you have so many gifts coming in right around this time of year, it's hard to keep track of everything to make sure you got it. Because that would be bad if you ordered something and then, oops, you didn't make it, right? So your present list, make sure you get that done. Christmas card list, gotta get, if you're a Christmas card giver, make sure you make your list of people that you want to give your cards out to. What I like to do is I just save the cards that I got from the previous year. I like to put them up for display. I put them up on our door, on the back side of our front door, so I can see them, and it kind of gives me joy every time I have to go outside and go shopping and get into all that mess. But then at the end of the year, I just take them all down. At the end of the year, yeah, at the end of the year, I take them all down and I put them into my address book, so that way I have them and I know who I'm supposed to give Christmas cards to the next year. You can make it easier on yourself and you can write it all down, but this way I actually have the card and I have their address just all right there. Another thing that you could do to make that a little bit easier is, if you have the time, which I don't, and I would really love to find the time to do this, is make a label document in your computer, and that way you can just print labels and voila, you just stick them to the card and just send them off, and it makes it easy, right? So we've got our bucket list, we got our calendar, our present list, our Christmas card list. Now the grocery list. Grocery list. If you aren't cooking dinner, Christmas dinner this year, then you probably don't have to worry so much about this. But if you're doing any baking, any other special snacks or Christmas breakfast, you'll definitely want to make your Christmas shopping list. And also your Christmas dinner, if you're doing Christmas dinner. I like to spread the load out as far as how much money I'm going to spend on our groceries. It just makes it a little bit easier. That way I'm not buying, spending like $400 on groceries at the end of the month, when I should probably be still buying a few more presents here and there. So it spreads the load out a little bit and makes it easier, and it makes shopping a little bit more simple, especially if you forget something, you could always add. If you are looking into doing the whole grocery pickup or delivery, just be careful. This time of year is getting really busy. I've already not been able to get the slots and times that I am usually accustomed to going to. So make sure maybe do your grocery shopping list if you're going to be doing a grocery store pickup maybe 2 days beforehand, so that you make sure you get your time slot that works with your schedule a little bit better. Also, after all this, you've made all these beautiful lists, your bucket list, your calendar, your presents, you've got all these lists, save them for next year. No way, right? Because then, guess what? You don't have to do it all again. We've got our lists. I have got all these lists, and they're sitting around the house, and I keep them in my journal. So that way next year, all I have to do is pull them out and just kind of add to or subtract from, and it's already all done. So once you do this work, and it's really not that much work if you divide them up among a couple days or so, you're all set. You're all set for like ever. So here's some of the non-list tips that I have. One is empty your phone. Empty your phone. You're gonna be taking tons and tons of pictures, so take Halloween off of there, take Thanksgiving off of there, empty your phones, that way you have plenty of room to take all the videos and pictures that you want. You're gonna be taking pictures because I take tons of pictures. Empty your phone. Also, a non-list item is clean only the places that need to be cleaned. Yeah, only the places that need to be cleaned. The guest room, the kitchen, the living room, and maybe, I don't know, whatever you're using as far as having company over, just clean those rooms. Don't worry about anything else. Just shove everything else inside those rooms, even if you can't walk in there. At least the rooms that are outside and for people to see, they're presentable. Don't worry about all that other stuff. Also, if you don't have a room to actually dedicate for wrapping, make yourself a little caddy or a box. What we have ended up using over the years is this gift, Casey. It's a gift tag box. We got this years ago, and get all of your supplies in there. Because how many times do you are looking for your pin or your tags or your tape or your scissors? How many times do you run around the house trying to find all these things just so that you can prepare to wrap? You're like spending like a half hour to wrap when all you had to do was make yourself a little caddy or a handy dandy little box that didn't cost any money, and voila, there you go. You've got your stuff ready for wrapping. If you do have a room that you could totally dedicate for wrapping, I am totally jealous of you. But that's awesome. You just leave it all out, come back to it whenever you have time. But wrap as you go, wrap presents as you get them, makes it a little bit easier. That way you're not staying up till like 3 o'clock in the morning like we usually do, wrapping presents, and then you're all tired for the next day and you don't get to enjoy it. But you get my idea. And if there's more than one person wrapping, like if you share that, you get to share that moment with your hubby like we usually like to wrap together. Get 2 of everything. 2 scissors, 2 tapes, 2 pens. That way you're not trying to steal from each other like, babe, where's the scissors? That way it's all set and ready to go. And you always have that for each year. It's always setting and ready for you. Okay, so now this is the reason why I couldn't have the kids down here bothering us. I've seen a lot of posts of people trying to look for their elf, like they couldn't find it, and like the elf had to be late on December 1st because they couldn't find their elf. We years ago, like almost since we've had our elf, we got a really pretty box several years ago as a gift, and we just put her up in there. She just chills out inside there waiting for her time to come out and play. And we are lazy elf people. We tend to not put our elf out until like the 12 days of Christmas, but if you're not, I hope you've already found your elf. But if you're not, or for next year, put your elf in a cute little box and nobody will ever know but you, because you have that to remind you, oh yeah, the elf's in that cute little box. Oh, there you go. I think that is everything, but remember, just a little bit of planning ahead will save you so much stress in this Christmas season so that you can enjoy it a little bit more. Once you do all this planning and preparing, you're already ready for next year. You don't have to plan as much, and it makes it so much more enjoyable, and that way you can have your presents as your gift to everybody around you for the Christmas season. I love you guys. Hope you have a great Christmas. Bye.
Wait, before you go, please consider picking up some merch. Something as small as a sticker for like $1 plus shipping. You would be helping to support and feed all these redheads. I also have some other sweet designs under the name Radtro, where rad meets retro, that you've got to check out. Thank you!
Hold on a second. We need to go upstairs, all the way upstairs. We can't have any kids peeking in on this video because there are some secrets that you should get. We'll get to that later on in my lists.